much more than these vintage Levi's. I hold my liquor like my sister, but where do you think we got it from? If you like the way I walk, the way I talk, the hazel in my eyes, the songs I sing, how big I dream, laugh until I cry. Why my heart is on my sleeve and I scream when I hear Madonna. Everything good in me, I got it from my mama. Oh, oh, oh. I got it from my mama. Oh, oh, oh. Yeah, if you ask my father, he'd tell you that it's all her. If you like the way I walk, the way I talk, the hazel in my eyes, the songs I sing, how big I dream, laugh until I cry. Why my heart is on my sleeve and I scream when I hear Madonna. Everything good in me, I got it from my mama. Oh, oh, oh.
Look at you, Honey County.
Yeah,
Outstanding. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I love your backdrop because honestly, that is like your soul. That is your music. That is your soul. It's like colorful. It's got like, different layers. It's interesting. It's passionate. So it makes perfect sense.
Thank you. Yeah, I designed this, so it's pretty cool. This is my I call it my cactus lounge. It kind of has like a Joshua Tree vibe.
Yeah.
And I loved all the colors and just, it makes me feel bright and happy.
Exactly. And, for my audio audience that is not seeing it on video, just imagine, a space, a creative space where Honey County just gets into state creatively and shares her magic with us, basically full of color and joy. So,
Yep.
anyway, well, Honey County, thank you so much for joining. I mean, first of all, you're still here in Nashville, right? Like you're not traveling to Virginia or anything?
I will be over the holidays, but right now I'm here and you and I, you're in Nashville as well, right?
Yes. Yes.
So we've both experienced the rain for the past, 5 days, and it's so gloomy. So
It's been
being in
so
the room
weird.
is helpful.
I know. And it's also been like kind of humidish. Like, have you noticed the past couple of days? Just super awkward.
Yeah, I'm actually going to sit on a pillow because you know how sometimes you're not tall enough and you get a phone book or something.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sit. Okay, I feel a bit. Yeah, now I'm elevated. I'm on a
I
pillow.
love it. I love it. I love it. Honey, by the way, you look marvelous. Holiday spirit in full bloom, Hanukkah, Christmas, the whole thing. And let me ask you about this month, since we're talking about it. That this month for musicians, honey, you've had a heck of a year, and we'll talk about a few of the highlights in a minute. But is this an enjoyable time for you as a musician? And what I mean is, it seems like everybody is kind of like taking a deep breath, like taking the foot off the gas a little bit in the music industry, like the rat race kind of chills for like a few weeks. Do you kind of enjoy this period of the year, honey?
I mean, yeah, I love it. It slows down. It gives you a time and a chance to be with your friends and your family. And there's so many holiday parties going on. And, it's an excuse to have a party with your friends, which I always love. I'm a big fan of hosting parties at my house because I just want to bring everyone over, and I love to cook and I love to bake and just have a big, party with your, closest friends. And then also I love to be able to go see family. It's crazy, as you get older, your parents get older and you want to be around them as much as you can. And I definitely feel that just, wanting to be near them in Virginia and see them. So the holidays are really, I feel like such a nice blessing and an excuse to get together and just slow down and just be really thankful and grateful of what you have in your life.
Absolutely. Very well said. I mean, very, very well said. Lots to unpack there. But yeah, going back to this year for you, I mean, what a year for you, honey. I mean, there are so many highlights. I mean, your songs are all over Yellowstone, which if someone still doesn't know about this show, it's like the hottest show on TV. But I think, the EP Chess that came out is wonderful. But out of all the highlights that you have this year, honey, I wanted to ask you about the TikTok one in May, because I mean, obviously, TikTok in many ways is like, the future of music discovery. Like everyone in the industry is trying to crack it. And in May, especially for Gen Z, that's how they discover music now. And like your song "Got It From My Mama." I mean, it went all the way to #2 on the U.S. charts. I mean, I think just behind like Lizzo or something like that. That's it. You were like there for like many weeks. How was this time for you? I mean, this must have been like super like exciting, the whole thing, right?
There was it was such a crazy time because I remember I went to the gym, and then after the gym I was like, or was I on my way to the gym? I don't remember, but I made a stop. I was like either on my way to the gym. No, it was after the gym, and I had like showered and I was all like no makeup and just like like I wasn't gross because I was like clean, but like I had no makeup on. I was just like, I'm gonna go to Trader Joe's and I'm gonna go get like my food. And I remember listening to, it was on Hits One. And I was just listening, and it was like, hey, we're here listening to the top hits on the TikTok charts, and Got It From My Mama came on. And I was like, wait a second, what? Like, what's going on? This is crazy.
So you
So it
had
was
no
really
warning.
cool.
It just popped out on you.
It just happened. Yeah.
Wow.
And it was
What's that
really
feeling
cool.
like? What does
Yeah,
that
it
feel
was
like?
it the coolest feeling in the world, the greatest feeling in the world. It was like, hey, there's my song on the radio, and it's being played. Like Lizzo's gonna be on next. And like it was around when Jiggle Jiggle was like
Yeah.
super popular, you know. So like I heard like Jiggle Jiggle, and then like I heard like Got It From My Mama. And it was such a cool feeling because when we wrote it, we wrote it for our moms. But when we finished it and then recorded it, I knew that it was bigger than just about, something for our moms. And when we released it, it was like the
Yeah.
comments were just beautiful.
Yeah.
The top comment we got was, this is so, amazing. I can't wait to share it with my mom, or I'm a mom and I have, kids, and I hope this is how they feel about me, or this is how I feel about my mom, or even people saying, hey, I lost my mom and this makes me think of her, or I have a bad relationship with my mom, but this song got me thinking. And then the wildest one was people started asking us if we could fly in and play this song, Got It From My Mama, for their wedding mother-daughter dance. So
Mhm.
it had all of these different meanings for different people, and I realized like this song is bigger than us. This song is
Yeah.
for the people, essentially,
Wow.
and for country music fans, and honestly not even country music fans, just for music fans and people that really want to celebrate their mom. And I was talking with my team, and we all agreed, and they said Mother's Day is every day. It's not
Yeah.
just one day. And I've never heard a truer statement in my life. I believe that it was Phil Greeny, who's the CEO of the Jonas Group. He said, yeah, Mother's Day is every day. And we were like, yeah, it is. So, moving forward from that, like it was such like a peak moment.
Mm.
But now, every day, this is something that people maybe don't realize, and I haven't announced it yet, but I will in the next couple of weeks. The song has reached over 1.2 billion views on TikTok, and about 400 to 700 people a day are
Yeah.
still making videos. Like
Yeah.
every day, there's like 700 people making a video to that song on TikTok. And it's the coolest feeling in the world, getting to see the videos, and I get to comment and interact with the fans, and it's really special. And I am going to let you in on a little secret that nobody knows.
Love it.
There's going to be a special collaboration and a new re-envisioned Got It From My Mama coming out next year. And you might see a bit of a new music video coming out soon.
Amazing. Amazing. I mean, that has to be the best experience as a musician, honey. I mean, you've played the Apollo, you've played major festivals, you've done so much cool shit, but to create something that resonates on like a human level with people,
Yeah.
like that has to be like, the secret to living is giving. That has to be the uttermost like nirvana for a songwriter, doesn't it? Like it's just you, the way you talk about it. What a beautiful thing.
It feels really special, and I'm really grateful that, I get to sing it, and I get to put it out there in the world. And when we wrote it, we knew it was a special song. We didn't know how special, but
I love
it's
it.
definitely proved to be something.
I love it, honey. Let me ask you a little bit about your background, just so my audience knows about like where you came from. And so great. I mean, you have such an amazing story in many ways, but you start playing music and piano up there in Northern Virginia. Your father's influence, right? Like he was your like is he how like he's a musician? He got you into music?
Yeah, you've done your research. my dad my dad is a jazz pianist, on the side. He loves
Yeah.
music. So jazz, rock and roll. Like, I grew up on Allman Brothers and Heart and the Beatles and Chick
Mm.
Corea. So all those artists combined
Yeah.
create Honey County.
Well, thank you. Thank you to your dad. And I love, so you take this, it becomes part of your soul. And eventually, you go study there at Virginia Tech. But one part of your story that I really love, honey, and I don't think that like people know this about you is, right after you or like in your senior year or something, you go to Italy, right? Go to
Yeah.
Italy.
Oh my
And this is
God, you know everything about me. Okay,
no,
continue.
but this is such an interesting chapter because I mean you're such a worldly and like interesting, artist here in Nashville, and like this is, part of the layers. We're talking about your background now. Tell me about that time in Italy. You interned at a TV station, but you did all sorts of cool stuff as well. You toured with a jazz band there. Like, how do you
Yeah.
look back on this chapter?
It was crazy. I mean, it was my last year of college. I was, in fifth grade, we moved to Tokyo, Japan from Virginia. So, I think I'm an international kid. I went to an American school in Japan, but we traveled all over Southeast Asia when I was, a kid. So those were really my formative
Is your
years.
dad like military or corporate or something like that? Or
He's a chemical patent attorney. So he
gotcha,
does,
gotcha.
not military anything, but we were really good friends with so many military families, and we were on base
Right.
quite a bit. And it was so nice to like be with all of them overseas, because it was like other American kids. But I had a lot of Japanese friends. I had a lot of different, friends from all different countries and nationalities. So it was, crazy coming back to Virginia after, in high school, and just kind of assimilating back into like American culture was really tough. It's hard to be overseas, and everyone's developed their cliques and everything in middle school. And then I came back in high school and I was like, hi, I'm the new girl from Japan. And like, they were like, what? And
Right.
so I went to Virginia Tech, and I started to get like the itch to travel again. And so my last year of college, I didn't speak Italian at all. I was studying voice at Virginia Tech, and I was like, well, I can sing in Italian and I'm really good with language. So let's just see if I can get a job. So I got a job at a television station and started learning Italian, and somehow weaseled my way on air. And I was like, yeah, I can totally report on air in Italian, and then I can do it in English. And
Amazing.
like, they let me do it. And so yeah, I guess I was really convincing back then. Yeah, then like I met some musicians at this like secret jazz club, and I was like, I really miss, music. Like, it was fun to be on TV, but I was missing that musical element. I just wanted to sing. Singing
Yeah.
makes me so happy, and I wanted to create. And the only way that I could do it was with this. It was a jazz and blues band, but it was more blues focused. And we just toured all over the country. Like, I'd get off work and then I'd go meet them, and we'd hop in the car and we'd go to like Pistoia or like other cities that we could drive like 2 hours to from Florence. And it was wild, like insane. So yeah.
So great. I mean, it gave you that clarity, and that's what it seems like. It gave you that focus. You come back and you're like, you start kicking ass, honey candy. And I love that. You find your path. 2009, and there's actually, your first album, Piano Actress, comes out.
Oh
Pretty
my
interesting
God,
stuff.
who are you?
No, but what's interesting about this album, I mean, obviously, your songwriting is not as developed as it is now and all that kind of stuff. But there's certain songs, honey county, like maybe I should have stayed on that. Honestly, like you can hear like the seeds of what you would become now, and that's the fascinating study. Yeah, like how do you like remember these like early chapters? Like are they? Do you look at them like an old diary kind of thing, like where it's like, oh, got a little cringe, or is it like, I love this because this is like who I became, basically?
I don't know. It's my story. I'm a hustler, and I never give up. Like I never quit. And I look back and I'm like, wow, I had so much to learn back then. But I'm still the same person.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
it's like I'm still the same person. I remember that album in particular, like I didn't co-write with anybody. It was just me, and it was just me, like, on the keys. And there were, like you said, there was a lot of country influence in it, and I was making my way there, of course, because I was living in Virginia. And like that was, I was listening to Shania Twain and Tim McGraw and Jason Aldean, and I was in Florida Georgia Line, and I was like, this is like what I kind of want to do. I just didn't know how to do it yet. I just
Yeah.
wasn't sure. So
Yeah,
that was me
you were
trying,
growing. Yeah.
yeah, that was me trying to figure it out.
Thing. And you've established yourself in so many ways. But one of the cool things, honey, and let me ask you, is the Country Song Festival, because
Yes.
this has become such an important like milestone for you. I think a really emotional thing. Obviously, people remember what happened with the Route 91 Harvest Festival in
Yeah.
Las Vegas, a terrible tragedy, and you created an incredible moment. What happened there? How did the idea come about?
We were asked to play Stagecoach, and then we were asked by Stagecoach to write a song specifically commemorating the lives lost at the Route 91 festival. And it was a
So
really
they
heavy
came to they
ask.
asked you.
Yeah, it was a really heavy ask because none, like, I wasn't there, my team wasn't there, but I had friends that were there, and
Mhm.
I talked to them about it before we started writing it. And I was, my first question to them was, "Are you okay if I write this?" They asked me to write this. "Are you okay with that?" And they said, "Yeah, we're okay with it." And I was like, it felt, it was a really hard thing to do, because I wanted to, walk the fine line of, look, I'm not there, but I sing country music and I'm a country music fan.
Right.
And I know that we as a community are going to be strong, and we're going to lift each other up, and we're going to raise each other up. Um, and the whole, in the chorus, we'll hold our heads and our drinks high, you know, rising up like our hometown sky. Right here. See, there's the sun.
What a moment. Yeah.
So really, it's all about lifting up and coming together as a family. If you were there, if you weren't there, if just simply feel compassion,
Yeah.
and um really, really wanting to be, a part of the healing of the country community. So that's why I wrote it, and I pulled in my favorite collaborator, Kaylee Shore, on the song, and we
Oh,
wrote
that's
it,
great.
and we put it together and performed it at Stagecoach, and it was amazing.
Absolutely.
Just such a special moment. I remember just like crying when it was happening.
Shout out to Kelly, friend of the show. So, Danny, let me leave you with this. You have a busy day ahead, but 2023 is shaping up to be such an incredible year from you, like springboarding off of this. What plans do you have? But more than that, like yeah, just what plans do you have? Because it seems like, I don't know, just we do this for a living. It seems honestly like you have like a higher calling with your art. Like, just this is kind of like the takeaway from Honey County. Like, you're like a vessel. You're like a vessel of light. No, and I mean that. I'm not tooting your horn. Like, like your music matters. What you're doing matters to people because you're like transmitting like hope and light and purpose. So I just wanted to throw that out there. But yeah, like, what are you looking forward to next year?
I can't wait to release new music. Like I said, there's going to be a really
A
fun
new video.
collaboration happening with God from My Mama for next year. Look out for a new music video and just lots of new music. It's incredible the way that the universe works and the different things that are happening right now, specifically for me. And I'm grateful for all of it. And I can't wait for 2023. It's going to be a big one.
There you go. Honey County, you are amazing. Thank you so much. This has been a long time coming. We're so glad that you were able to make it.
Yeah. Thanks so much for having me. Appreciate it.
Bye.
Bye.